Greetings, my friend. Welcome to the fire. Got a World of Darkness horror story here. That's quite a doozy. Mage the Awakening Horror Story, r/RPG Horror Stories, posted by Dice Cursed. This isn't D&D, but from a Mage the Ascension game, I'm going to use names for ease of writing and reading, though all the names have been altered. So the DM Randy, his wife Sharon, and 4 players were involved in a Mage the Awakening game, 5 players total, plus DM. One of the players was my husband John, while 2 of the players ended up dropping for whatever reasons, and so they were looking for a new player to make 4. As I enjoy TTRPG and was interested in trying the system, John mentioned that I'd be up for joining or even doing a trial game or 2 to see if I was a good fit. I love the role-playing aspects of these sorts of games and really think a good fit of a group is essential, so I was totally happy to do a trial. No hard feelings if it didn't work out. Well, after my first session, I was welcomed in and we began to play. John says before I joined, things seemed fine, but afterwards, Randy started being weird from a DM perspective. He would make the difficulty harder than what made sense for John's character. It especially sucked for John because his character had been built almost like a golem, but looked and acted human. Somehow, even though the character's creation had been done by a crazy secretive black mage, all the bad guys we encountered hinted at knowing about the character's backstory. Randy also started to kind of ignore my character, almost treating me like a background NPC dealio. In the moment, it felt like I was still learning the system, so maybe it was on me that my character was less involved, but in retrospect, no. Then Bill's character became a vampire, and was the golden child of the party. The next several sessions centered on Bill and Bill's vampire friends, and John and my characters were shunted aside, while the other player and Sharon's characters became part of Bill's vampire court. It sort of made sense for the story, so I kept going with it. But John was feeling really frustrated. So John ditched his old character and made a new one, with high presence and appearance. A mage that gained power and such from performing. The character had a decent fame as well, and was a rock star. Despite this, the DM would say that only a few people showed up to the concerts, or another musician had played really well a few nights ago, so his performance was less well received because somehow the prior musician's performance was so good it impacted John's character. Not magically or anything mind you, just somehow that's how music and concerts work in Randy's brain. The final straw for both of us was when Randy took over my character. The party was in the ether and popped out of a portal. Immediately, the big bad evil guy mind controlled my character. Randy didn't make any checks. John and I looked it up later, and based on my willpower and the circumstances of everything, Randy would have had a dice pool of approximately 10 and would have needed at least 7 10s to have full control of my character for the scene. Basically, for those unfamiliar, Randy would have had to roll 10 d10s. He would have needed to get a 10 on 7 of those dice. Not impossible, but highly unlikely. But we never know if he was successful because he didn't even roll. He just said he did it. As the characters were trying to figure out how to exercise me, Randy broke character and flat out said the BBEG will kill my character if anyone tries to intervene. After the game, I tried to talk to Randy and Sharon via Facebook Messenger. I was called an immature child and a C-word for voicing John and my concerns, and that Randy taking over my character was not cool. They asked what John thought as I was the one messaging. John's only response for them was Kobayashi Maru. John and I were then promptly blocked by Bill, Sharon, and Randy. Sharon also told me I wasn't allowed to speak to any of the friends I had met through her. I told her we are grown adults and her friends could decide if they were friends or not. I then got some shitty messages from them. I'm assuming she lied to them about stuff. and was blocked by them too. Good riddance to bad rubbish is what I say. I just wish my first Mage the Awakening experience wasn't so craptastic. First things first, definitely some unfair favoritism and targeting going on at that table. Totally can understand John's frustrations there, especially after making a second character that would fit the story better and still have the storyteller work actively against him. But even worse than that was how the storyteller mind-controlled OP's character by essentially completely taking away player agency without even a contested role. At that point, it wasn't even a game, but straight up bullying and betrayal of trust. And then, the cherry on top of this crap sundae was the aftermath. Both Randy and Sharon were just completely out of line, and Sharon was just a total B-word. For me personally, weaponizing friendship and relationships like that speaks volumes when it comes to the type of person someone is, and it's all bad. Honestly, for some reason, they wanted OP and their husband out of their gaming group. I don't know why, but it's clearly evident from the start of the story. Which is fair. Not everyone will always get along with each other, but these are fully grown adults. They could have resolved all of this without the needless drama. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And would you kindly follow the socials posted in the description below. As always, be good, be great, be awesome.